Hey, brother. Okay, there we go. Why the black screen gets me every fucking time. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Callie Wrestling Salaman. This is you to play games. I do play game. Hell yeah, I play game. This is gonna go well. Last time we found the rat in the flames, and it's Rabon's right hand. Um, and we're helping Ilbert. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud. Zion, I suggest we follow Royale's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Sweet Bloom Pier. I think it's Lancers. That's the closest. Yo, I remember. I remember things. Oh my god. Oh my god, the game is muted. Fuck. It's streaming for almost 3 years, by the way. Oops. I need to get more water. Or make tea. Both. I should do both. Seek passage to Sweet Bloom Pier. Yes, yes, let me in. Let me in. Let me in! Okay, let me get some water. Water. I need some water. And possibly tea. My new sweatpants at Costco. Highly recommend. Mine is incredible. Then again, I am kind of a poor person. Bye. Problem with not having snack food when I get snacky. I decided against tea. What else? Fine. Faster, and I don't have to think about it. Be concerned about any sort of caffeine content or, you know. You know? Yeah. 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 Anyway, what's up, Ilbert? Cutsy. This way, my friends. Hi, Yugiri. I mean, it's not like there's any other way we could have gone, TBH. Corey makes for the Hawthorne Hut. Royale is truly the one we seek. We can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. Explanation is in order. You're no doubt aware that Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we've installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Royale would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanolin without being recognized. It would be only a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. This place is home to many of your kind, and the arrival of one more Elizin is not like to turn any heads. Oh! They said your kind. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Royale in the act. Let's go. Let's go. Ayugiri. People report that our quarry has departed for the bramble patch. Maybe returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act where she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. I'm unconcerned. Oh. Just beyond, Royal is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer, an imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me! Oh my god, my cat. Flame Marshal Aline Royal, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. The shinobi. I love the shinobi. She's so cute, though. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelves Wood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You in feigned ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. You're so outnumbered. Wait. Come on. This game is very fun. This game is very much fun. I have many hours in this game. Many thousands of hours in this game. I also have my cat right here now. She was being an ass. Yeah, I do highly recommend this game. It's very much a time and energy sink, but the story is incredible. Even a warrior of Royale's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Calon? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Ooh. Alright. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Tired, but you know, it is what it is. How are you? How's your time zone? Go. Dola. Fanny the Cred. Let me in. Let me in. Okay. I'm in Philia. If I know how to task. What was it? Uprooting the ivy. No manner of misunderstanding. We made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's system. Nice. You may recall, Iceheart used the aetherite in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there we just suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Forton caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the aetherite to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second aetherite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. What the hell are you doing, cat? Naughty, naughty creature. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we've concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Charlian. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Moonbrita! Moonbrita. Go. I will never get over Sark Malark as the name. Never in my life. Please let this be voiced. Beautiful, Miss Ma'am. Ugh, she's so hot.
Minfilia, am I right?
Yes, it's voiced. Fuck yeah.
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Ooh.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Sharlayan scholar
I'm taller than
and an authority
Moonbreeder.
on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Arcean souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I love her. Tall, buff lady. Hey. Outpost in an ether-rich wasteland. This place is a good deal livelier than I expected. Let's return the writhing stones. Yeah, that's not shocking. God damn it. What are you doing? Ooh. Affiliate? Great question. About a year, maybe? I think about a year. Probably less than that. I could probably check. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Mayhap. Perchance. Where the hell? Oh. Probably about a year-ish. Probably. Oh, found it. Yeah, a little under a year. There we go. Winfilia, please yap, so I don't have to read. Thank God, it looks like they're gonna yap for me.
Moon! God,
Hell yeah.
it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Hee.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on.
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little
I don't think I
credit.
caught this the first time.
Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it, then? Your missing aetherite?
We have not. No.
No.
We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate a second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use
I'm
them
pretty
to
content with my
reconstitute
setup
our
right
physical
now.
forms when crossing
And how
the ethereal
everything
sea.
is
Without them,
together.
we'd lose all sense of direction, and our
I
essence
tend
would
to
dissipate.
favor simplicity
However,
over
we don't
adding more
rely
things.
solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
And this is why you bring the experts in.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand.
All these British people.
Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risk the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options.
Ooh.
If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
God, I love her. Marty informed Ofsano of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreeder described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Callan, and that I have faith that you will return to us as you always have. Yeah. Alright, yeah, let me do this. I'm not going in there as a tank. I don't feel like it. Low-level shit as a tank is boring. This way. Good. Little boos. Little baboos. Oh! A corpse. I don't think they're gonna get up. Covenant over sends his regards. He attends to the interrogation as we speak, but I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say the others are waiting for us. Alright. I get it. You want me to return so bad. All the ether you can, please. There, it's ready. Nice. It worked, I think. Try attuning to the ether right now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We've done all we can. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Yeah, I've been here. All those bitches with their sandals in the snow. Fools. Cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to her plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual, and if she succeeds, you'll have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbreeder's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Emmerich. Oh, there. Let me just do this again. Sir Emmerich regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Talon Alba, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Helone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Thank you, Emmerich. Ooh. 5 minutes. Nice. Let me just keep doing this. I'll keep raising them until they get up. Wake up! Can I go up here? Nar. Okay, shit. I have to go up this way. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was much faster than 5 minutes. Hell yes! Let's go! Shiva, I love you! Oh, goodbye. Ma'am?
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
Ooh. I love that we didn't do anything to stop her. God, she's so hot. Hell yeah, brother! Let's go! I hope I get stepped on. Choose me, choose me. No! It wasn't me. God, this music is so good. Yippee! Easy peasy. Yippee! The Aurora. Met him somewhere in the Churning Mists. Let's go.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
Ooh.
You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause.
If you have to tell yourself it's the righteous cause, I don't know if it is, homie.
You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why.
Yeah, that tracks.
Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth. Warrior of Light, redemption is not beyond us.
Why does it look like we're looking at her through a fisheye lens?
We who walk before may lead those who walk after.
Bro, what are you on about?
Seek the Keeper of the Lake. See with eyes Do not squander a mother's gift.
Oh.
Hear, feel, think.
She has the echo. My sister in Heidelin, literally. I love that it looks so goddamn shocked. Hello? Which one are you? Nabrialis.
And so the vessel withdraws.
I forgot that
A
was his voice.
predictable
Holy
outcome.
shit.
Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
You're such a little shit, Nabrialis. Sup, Moonbrita? You're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Yeah, you were right. Thanks. Look, that's... If you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. You're sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough. I was only asking. Remains unconvinced that you have not sustained a head injury. Fair. If you ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to White Brim Front and speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgarians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Wake up, Pookie. Better not be all the way up there with Drillamon. Oh my god. He's all the way up there with Drillamon. Emmerich! Hello. Praise be to Helone. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory. If you would be so kind. Yeah, so she summoned the primal into her body. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent the further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration. God, I love fucking this weapon. I forget. What's its name? I don't remember the name. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emic. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillamont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Forton caravan. Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes, scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Ah, on an unrelated note, Kalon, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. Took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Orshafant loves me! He loves me! Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. I do not think less of him. I, in fact, adore him. He care me. Lié toi. No! Man. Whatever. The fact that it just dumped me onto the ground is crazy. Rock. Lord Horschiffon, I'm okay. See? Look, I'm perfectly fine. What were you thinking, Callan? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway. And then, engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Callan, 'tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Okay. Emmerich. Yes, let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, shit. I love a voiced cutscene.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's toll were taken by your enemies.
He's a politician, baby girl.
Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Alphino, you little brat.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am. Now, why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
Your age is showing, Alphino.
Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease.
I honestly forgot just how much Alphino learns from, like, Imric as well as the others in Heavensward.
Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
No, we know you're just a child.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second in command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service.
God, I love her.
Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences.
Yes.
Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely.
God, I love him! I forgot how much I fucking love this bitch.
Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Now you feel silly, don't you?
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
I trust you, Orchefort. Hell yeah, I trust you, bitch. Wee woo. Okay, 3 more quests. Here. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends of the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Isart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine, then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all of Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Callum, it is better we continue this conversation in Mordona, and not catastrophize. But Cal, you could have just walked. No. Lazy.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Oh, pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Shit. I also love that they're like, how could someone summon a primal? And meanwhile, me summoning my little primal eggies. I mean, to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard some more. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Commotion? Sure. Royale has escaped. Happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castrum Meridianum, I am sure of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon Royale's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Blue Fog and join the hunt. Okay. I love that I'm told to make haste and he's just like, I'll get there. I'll get there. Meandering. What's up, Ilbert? Spoken with soldiers here, they say that Royal walked through Camp not a bell ago. She walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Rabban's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that, but from morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame of the garrison made any attempt to detain her. So here we are. Royal must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. I mean, duh. Ooh. Solo duty, let's go. This wretch was with Royale. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own, the goddamned harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. The fucking Moogle sound kills me. Want Royale alive, kill the rest. Lord, okay. Okay. I love that the Garleans are probably just like, you really had to piss off the fucking Warrior of Light? Are you serious? Yeah. There we go. Goodness me. Bind her and do it tight. Good work, man, he says, casually strolling up after the fact of anything. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. I mean, she's right. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it your God's given right to rule over others. You know naught of our plight, the injustice that we low-bornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. Here you tell it, one would think you the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Ralban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand we had been dealt and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different, then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. Crazy foreshadowing. But enough talk. We will return to ul'dah to face justice and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. There they go. So bright blue. Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Ralban chose his. Ooh, crazy sentence.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Ralban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him and the Flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo ul'namo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
I don't like him. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raubon, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. Tell Minfilia, for better or for worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Jesus, okay. It's really cutscene city from here on out. Oh, next stream is gonna be cutscene city for real. Or next Final Fantasy stream. Because we're gonna do all of 2.5 in one go. All of it, including World of Darkness. It's gonna be a long stream. Here we go.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say. Together with Reborn, Eileen lent us much needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with White Auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to Auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as Lahabrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Hydaelyn placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Hydaelyn did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white orosite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
'Twould seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the orosite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val.
I have not played Dead by
What
Daylight.
they discovered was troubling, to say the least.
And hello.
According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery
Yeah,
endeth
I don't tend to
not
like the
with
Dead by Daylight
Isle's
format.
disappearance.
I like watching other
It hath
people
come
play
to
it, but it's
light
not my
that
favorite
a
to
number
play.
of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts
I've been streaming
call
for
it.
almost 3
I'll be
years
damned if
in
that's
this
a
stint, but I used to
coincidence.
stream a couple years ago.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
I was like, that's not the last cutscene. Come on now. Be so for real.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald.
I do like anime. I'm just bad about watching it.
Not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the
I'm bad about watching anything though.
Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be
I think the most recent one I've watched was To Be Hero X. I really liked
then
it.
Claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the
I've watched
decision,
exactly one
but that they knew
episode
better
of
than
Demon
to
Slayer.
oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't
The
prevent
first
them
one,
from
like
making
12
clandestine
times.
provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the Primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens
I have a
of
corporate
Eorzea
job.
desperate, lest more primals emerge
yeah.
to bleed the land. The discovery
Just
of
9
the
to
Ultima
5
weapon, however,
corporate job.
emboldened him to
That's
resume
the
his
theme.
war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the
My good friend actually made my model.
Considering who stands to profit from war,
To my
it isn't hard to
specifications.
imagine who her other masters
Very
were.
fond of it.
7 hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
Thank you. I also like it a lot.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or Monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a
I've not made animated screens. It's not something
a
I've really
pleasant
been
task,
bothered
I grant
with.
you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the
I try to
ivy,
keep
root,
things
stalk, and
mostly
stem,
simple.
It will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting
If you're about to
abettors among them.
solicit your art, please don't.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
Ooh, what did I just say? It's also in my rules. No soliciting. Please, thank you.
I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain
I
you
think it's
too long.
very not nice to hold on a conversation only with the sole purpose of getting through it so you can pitch your commissions. I get it. Selling your art is hard. However, don't do that. No one likes it, and it just makes you look worse.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monitorous scum.
Ooh, Realm. Dude, that's like my biggest pet peeve. No, that's okay. It's like my biggest pet peeve is people coming in and like acting like they hold a— you go, Rabon. Acting like they hold a conversation with you just so they can like try and sell their art. Like, dog, if I wanted art, I'd go look on social media to commission it. I wouldn't take it like from some random person coming into my Twitch stream and like low-key disrupting my Twitch chat, or low-key disrupting my stream to sell their art. And plus it says no soliciting in my rules.
Mine own chamber shall remain private for long.
Crazy as hell.
Has the situation grown so grim?
And the same like, oh, I see. Oh, I see. Response over and over. It's fucking textbook, dude.
Ever since he
It's
proposed
crazy.
the reclamation bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monitorists were ever united.
And it's
in their
always
pursuit
like,
of profit, but
I like your
their
model. It's not good
factions
enough.
have torn a rift in their
Sorry.
ranks. They snap at
Leave.
each other like rabid
Straight up.
dogs.
I do this for fun.
Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
But hi, welcome in.
If this bickering is a threat
We're
to
at the
law
height
and
of
order,
political
I do not have grounds to resolve the syndicate.
turmoil. At the end of 2.4.
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents.
Oh, that cake looks
This would
good.
serve to exacerbate the current unrest.
The like strawberry
peace
cream
would slip
cake, that
still
looks good as
further away.
hell. I want that.
Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not
Thank you
suit
very
any
much.
citizen.
My friend drew it and I'm very fond of it.
Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
I love Final Fantasy so much.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might
This
to
is
cater
like, I
to
think
all
my like
needs,
5th or 6th
some
time
will
playing through the
inevitably be
game.
overlooked. As such,
And I'm
there
honestly
shall ever be
finding
citizens who
new
feel
shit every
aggrieved.
time.
It cannot be helped.
I feel like if you didn't
As you
start
have
in
informed
ul'dah,
us,
you kind
the
of like
monitorists take no view but their own.
probably don't care as
They
much.
hunger for power while the masses starve.
Because it's so
In the
much of it is like
absence of a common
political
cause, it
ul'dah.
seems beyond any one individual to make ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the immortal flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented.
Oh,
I
dude,
fear
you
this business
should.
will provide the
It's such a
monitorists with
good
rod to
experience
beat
because you can
Raban.
see things that like foreshadow
can
that
ill
weren't
afford for the
very
immortal
obvious
flames
when you
to
were
be
playing
dampened
through
now.
the first time.
Ere long, the Garleans
It's
will
good
turn
as
their ravenous
hell.
gaze toward our
Highly
lands once
recommend
more.
either making an alt
we are to
or
resist
doing
their
New
might,
Game Plus because New
our
Game Plus is
nations
great
must
as well. I've
stand
done it.
together.
I've done that before.
Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in ul'dah.
The true wealth of ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things.
Not the ads.
So long as their lives
The
are ruled by
ads.
the ambitions of the few. The monitorists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here.
Y'all, I'm quitting.
When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people.
Welcome back,
Forsake
welcome
them,
back.
and you
Ads
forsake
are
yourselves.
the way they are.
For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a
Yeah,
strong
highly recommend
ul'dah.
it, even if you just do New Game Plus. It's so good. God, it's such a good story.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
I was gagged when I went through this the first time.
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive
Dude,
me for casting aside all
every
that you have told for
time
in my name.
I've gone through Shadowbringers, I've sobbed.
Beyond this gesture,
Ugly
I
sobbed.
am powerless to help my subjects.
5.3. Ooh. Ooh. Shadowbringers hurts. Endwalker hurts. Dude. Endwalker. This shit hurts. Hello? Why can I not jump over the goddamn desk? Make it make sense. Anyway, steals her chair. I know. The fucking side-eye. Anyway. Hell yeah. Alright. That is the end of 2.4. Next stream will be on Monday. Because I have the day off. So I can just do all of 2.5 in the fucking hour-long cutscene. Crazy business. Hell yeah. That's gonna go so hard. I haven't watched that in a while. My god. Well, begone solicitors. And welcome. Yeah, highly encourage. You should. It's crazy. A whole new experience than the first time. That'll be it for me for today, though. My next stream, I think, is it Thursday? Is it Wednesday or is it Thursday? Oh, shit. I don't know my own goddamn schedule. It's on Twitter and Blue Sky. One of those days. I don't remember. I have 4 streams planned for this week. Or am I playing tomorrow night? I don't know. Wait, I can check. I wrote it down. On my phone on me. There we go. Next stream is Wednesday. Night. Oh yeah. I'm remembering my own goddamn schedule that I made less than 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago. Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever time zone you may be in. I hope it's a fantastic one. See you next time. Very well.